Hello, how is everyone? Have you all had a good weekend crafting? Yay! So, I've had a good tidy up of my room. Had on stage at home for demonstrators this weekend, so it has been full on crafting. So that's good. Hello, welcome everyone. I have got a fresh sheet of grid paper and a few cards floating around on my desk that I thought I would case this evening. I wasn't sure whether I was going to go Christmas or non-Christmas, so I thought I'd leave it up to you guys as to whether you wanted more Christmas or non-Christmas. Thank you, Bunny. It's a new top. It's just a next purchase. There's so much crafting, and there's so much crafting. Right, so I have on my desk the card that went on my blog as part of the Artisan Design Team Hop with the Curvy Celebration bundle, but it's the Quite Curvy is the name of this one. So can you see that one okay? And inside we have got a little bit inside as well. So there was that one. And Deanna says Christmas, please. And then I also had this one, which went out as part of the Global Design Project. No, it didn't. It went out as part of the All-Star Tutorial Bundle. So this month is the Forever Greenery. So if you're looking for lots of ideas from that, that tutorial is now available on my blog for purchasing. So I thought we could do something maybe with this style, but then maybe Christmas. Quite curvy, Christmas. Yeah, okay. So we'll do something with those two, just kind of having a play around. So let's turn the camera over. It has been that for, yeah, the Forever Greenery card was actually quite straightforward. I would genuinely say it was quite simple. Now I don't always do the most simple cards, but I would genuinely say that it was simple. So let's do one of these and then we can have a play. So, hey Bridget. Okay, for this I've used watercolour. So I'm just going to grab a piece of watercolour, and you could really have quite a lot of fun playing around with these. Good morning, everyone. Here is that side of the world. We've just had our Sunday roast this afternoon. Well, it's kind of afternoon. Early. It was certainly early tea. I had early dinner. It was quite nice, really, because it got all cleared away, sorted out, and then kind of can have the evening, really. Let's do a medium tip. So this is the medium water brush. Now, what colours shall we have? Shall we do, what about blues with snowflakes? I know we did snowflakes last time, didn't we? But that's okay. If anyone has any other suggestions for Christmassy sets, then please feel free to shout out. But that, or what else is there? Just having a look. There's the tag buffet. Oh, Kathy, sorry to hear that. That's very sad. The tag buffet has got these little elements in, so we could maybe use that one, and then let's do the watercolouring and then we'll decide. I think maybe snowflakes. Oh, pinks and purples. Yes, that's a good call. Paula says pinks and purples. What about let's go 3. Maybe like a pinky purple will kind of mix the colours. So no, that's very, very sad. Right, let's do some circles. So I'm just going to squeeze this. I'm starting, this has already had some purple on. Can you see I was using this earlier? I'm going to start with the circles in the middle so that I know that I can then fit the other circles top and bottom. Well, I've gone maybe a bit big on that one. I'm not too sure. I might start again. Right, hang on. Take 2. Let's do it this way and then I can space them out better. 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna, I've also got a jar of water because I'm squeezing out quite a lot. Once you've got those, they're fairly wet, but they are not running all over the place. So you want enough water on those that the ink will drop into them, but you don't want them running all over the place. So can you see those? I've got the Gorgeous Grape and Magenta Madness. Let's do the purple colour. It's a Gorgeous Grape. I'm going to mix the pinky purple together. So I've got those gorgeous in the pinks. And you don't need to be perfect with these circles at all. That's the whole point, is that they can be some can be different sizes, they can be, and she's just gone hunting for watercolour paper. The other thing, if you have it to hand, is the shimmery white. So that works very well for putting watercolouring on. So if you don't have the watercolour, that works pretty well too. So aren't they gorgeous? Good. Paula's such a good shout with colours. Thank you, Paula. So we've got those doing their thing. Make this one slightly bigger. We're just going to draw that circle out a bit further. I'm just going to drop a bit more into that. So that's the watercolouring then done. You can then leave that to dry, or we can just kind of give that a heat with the heat gun to speed that up a little bit. So I'm just giving my brush a wash in the water just to get the colour out of that tip. So we'll put the lid back on that, otherwise I end up, my cup of tea is beside the jar of water and that never ends well. Let's put the lids on those. I'm going to give this a dry. If you leave them to dry, the colours will sit and not move around, so you'll get those kind of patches, but this just kind of speeds it up a little bit. I don't mind the look of either, whether you heat gun it or leave it. It's meant to be simple. It's not for a, you know, watercolouring is, I think it can be quite relaxing, but it's very simple. So we can get that dry. Now I've just gone over the edge there. Not that it really matters, but if you want to clear that off, we can just add a touch of water and lift that off with the chamois. That will then dry. You'll never know that that was there. So that's our circles. I did one that I've not, what have I done with it? Here, I did one in the greens and left it to dry, and you will get a similar, get these dark patches where the water then gathers with the darker ink, and then I've just done some splattering over that. So you can see how they will then come together. Oh, not funny. Diane says I can watch on my iPhone, but not on either of my iPads. It says error loading. I've had some funny issues with my iPad. Not being able to see the comments. Someone said to me that they couldn't. You can, when you come out and then you're in the main Facebook, you can comment, but the comments weren't coming up on a Facebook Live earlier on my iPad, but on my phone it does. It's weird. Weird. It does these strange things there for a little while, doesn't it? And then it kind of all kind of goes back to normal or normal, and then it like does strange things again. So right, I'm going to grab some of the snowflakes. Let's do a few different ones. And I'm going to stick to the same as I did on the Forever Greenery card, which was the black on the back onto the colour. So I'm going to use Stays On. Now I'm going to hold that down just to make sure that the ink goes into those. Who would have thought black snowflakes, eh? However, maybe medium one and one over here, and then a little flurry of snowflakes. Let's do a second one of that. Decisions. Grabbing my multiple blocks. And let's maybe do, should we twist that one on there and a bit more, give that a bit more, not body, but like fill it in a bit more. That looks better, doesn't it? It's got a bit more pow to it. Never have thought black. I thought you were going to heat emboss white. And I see, I was keeping it simple. I wasn't going to get the heat embossing out yet. Looks nice in the black, doesn't it? Bit different. So, but it's just following that same casing, that same idea. So you've kept the black ink with the colour behind. So let's do a little flurry of these ones, and it's great with the pink and purple, doesn't it? That really is a wow. Flurry going over that way. There, I think that is probably good as is. And then just whether we have it, I think that way. And then we want a sentiment. So our friendship is one of a kind. May your season sparkle. They're lovely sentiments, but they're quite big. But that could go across that bit there, couldn't it? It's kind of the straightest one. It says, what is that done? Nearly. See, keeping it simple. As I go to add twine and sparkles onto it. Right, let's do shall we could just do I wonder if a black or magenta. I think a black sentiment with the white. I am going to get the white embossing out. I am. I can't help myself. Is that a black sentiment going across? That's going to look good, isn't it? Either that, or we could stamp black on magenta, maybe. We could try that. Not sure. Because she hasn't finished yet. And I hold up, she hasn't finished yet. Let's do the white and we'll see. Oh, I lifted the lid of the Versamark. There's no Versamark. I was having a good tidy, but I put it in the most awkward place on my shelf, tucked right behind my light. Not the easiest place to put that. heat emboss. So this is just Versamark going on, and then we will go central because we want kind of a long strip to go over the card. And yeah, I think I'm with you. White on black, yeah. So we have got. It's gonna pop, isn't it? It's gonna look nice on that. Done again. Oh yeah. We just stamp magenta on white cardstock, but I think the black cardstock looks nice, doesn't it? It just makes it black snowflakes. See if we can get that cut, and then we'll bring that in. So that across. Ah, thank you. Chris has shared. Morning, Narelle. How are you? Even have that going across the centre of those two bigger snowflakes, because they definitely, I think maybe just or top. Maybe top, or we could go that way. That way looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Maybe landscape rather than a portrait. Just seems to balance the snowflakes out a bit better. Let's give these a snip. Sometimes if you've made a card and you really like it, which I did, I was really pleased with this one, you kind of think, well, actually, rather than trying to reinvent the wheel completely, it's nice to then take that on to different stamp sets and different ideas, isn't it, to stretch that a little bit further. What about a little bit of this? A little bit of this sparkly ribbon just peeking out from under there would be nice. Just for a little bit of, just gives it a little bit of the trim. We can pop that on with, Julian says, I agree, landscape, excellent. We'll go with that. Put the ribbon on. Just have that. I mean, it's only going to peek out there. Just enough, a few sparkles on that. It just breaks up that edge. And then I've got loads and loads of mini dimensionals, all half used. And barely found any big ones. Don't know what that's about. Chris and Liz, you two are terrible. Funny. Diamante's next. Haven't got to the sequins yet. Hello, Chandra. Right, let's go that way. Oh, get that straight. Whoops. Get that straight would help, wouldn't it? Better. And then, yes, you are quite right. We definitely, moi, it's in there, just quietly sit in there. I love it. Right, let's put some sparkles on these. Got the perfect amount of little sequins left. Need to get a new packet out. Now, do we have Magenta Madness base, or have a black base or a white base? I think maybe the black base, and then go like a matching inside. I think the black makes it pop. Oh, Rachel, you're so sweet. Hello from Melbourne. It's because I haven't made the card and planned. I then end up adding and adding and adding. I can do simple when I set my mind to it, but I do have to concentrate, to make an effort. Black, right. Not that this isn't an effort, that sounds wrong, but I have to like really think it out about what I'm going to use. All right, let's put that on. Oh, what have I done with that? But even pulled out, that wasn't even a full sheet. It wasn't me. I'm not going mad. Let me pull out a full sheet of black, and then that card base will work. Black matte on magenta. I like. Definitely needs a black pop, doesn't it? I haven't cut the edges skinny enough, I don't think, to allow an extra layer. I do like your suggestions. Good job, I love you all. Louise says, is this simple plus plus plus? Might be. I'm going to do a layer inside. So I'm going to, let me grab another piece of watercolour. I tend to forget the insides of my cards, and I'm going to try and make more of an effort to make sure that I do something with the insides of the cards to match them up in sort of a simple way. Let's do. So this is Seal Plus. I want to make sure that those edges really pull down so that it stays flat. Oh, I'm glad you like it. It's quite different, isn't it? It's quite bright. Got that, and then we'll put something on the inside. And what I thought was we could do a stripe of the same. Just grab, if I do a stripe down there, we could drop some water, not water, ink, even ink. Oh, Danetta says, so happy to see twine in the upcoming mini catalogue. You've made me a twine addict. I cannot tell you how excited I am for twine. Just like, yes. So, yeah. Right. Let's do... the purple on there. I'm gonna have to read back these comments. You cheeky monkeys. Right. Let's do. Give that a dry. The magenta's nice for Christmas, isn't it? It's nice. The purples and the pinks, I think, is a nice alternative. So let's do the smaller snowflakes. I think we'll kind of twist them around and have them, and then maybe 3 of them. Done, 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 done. Let's do, just give that a bit of a wipe so I don't. Make sure I got that the right way up. That was nearly. And then that is, it would be good for like a girly card actually, isn't it? Very Frozen-esque. So you kind of pull that into the inside. So you could do a circle as well, but that's listen, is this a quick make Christmas card? Quick-ish. So that's one. I'm really pleased with that. That's really nice. I like the pinks and purples. That was a good shout, Paula. That was a good shout. So shall we do something with the curvy? I was going to do this card but in an alternative colour. So I was going to do this colouring in an alternative. Where are we at for time? 9:05. We're good. We're good. Oh, thank you. What colour shall we do? Shall we do? Should we do maybe Coastal Cabana or Blackberry Bliss, or want something with a bit of colour, don't we? Bermuda Bay, maybe. If you were to change the magenta on this card, what colour would you pick? What would we pick? Let me give you an option. Shall I do a this or that? Shall we do? What about yellows and grey? Yellow. We could do. Or we could stick with the kind of purples and go Blackberry Bliss. That's quite similar, isn't it? We could go yellow, we could go Bermuda Bay. I was thinking yellows, like, and Chris says yellow and grey. I'm quite tempted with the yellow. Goes to Cabana. Oh, too many choices. Right, pick a colour. Emma, pick a colour. Hazel, that's a beautiful card. I've made my mind up about getting the curvy bundle. I wonder if yellow would look like yellows and greys. I am tempted with the Coastal Cabana though. I'm tempted. Yellow and the magenta doesn't look great together. It's not selling it. But the yellow could look nice on its own. And we could really like change up the leaves as well. We could do, yeah, I'm gonna go with it. Let's do yellows. So I've got Bumblebee. So we've got the base, and then we'll want some white layers. I want to get the curves out. That's the first layer. Then we want the curves cutting. So one. Oh, I've got the itchy eye, sorry. Oh. Now, where have I put those? That is the question. Bonnie says you've been on the fence about this bundle. You leaping off the fence. Absolutely blame me, it's fine. This has got one side that it cuts and one that does the fancy. So what we're going to do is we want the fancy going in and the cut edge being the curve sort of there. I won't bring the cut and emboss machine over just because there's not huge amounts of space on my desk and it's over on the side here. So I'll just run it through. Talk amongst yourselves. So I've die cut that and that. And then I'm going to do the same with a white piece. So I'm going to do exactly the same, but just slightly further back. So I'm going to get the piece slightly further back. So I've got a narrower piece. But do the same cut. So again, we've got the fancy edge and the plain edge. And that's it for the cutting of those. Dan said, look, lovely ladies talking amongst ourselves. Oh. Right, let's put this on. So the curves will then turn so that we've got the plane. So that's going to go about there. And then this is going to pop on, and we can trim the edge off that side if we want more space. So I wasn't really kind of measuring as such, I was just cutting them in half, and then that will overhang there. And we can line that, we can then trim that down. So I'm just going to take a ruler and a pencil. And up. Line down that, and I'm just going to trim that. And the thing is, the beauty about this, there's no right or wrong, so it doesn't, you can't get this wrong, you just will get different versions. I'm going to trim that back a little, but I'll stick, I'll hold that. I'll hold that on there. That's those trimmed. Oh, gonna layer this with dimensionals, and do definitely need to find some more dimensionals. I'm down to the final pieces. Yes. So that is going to, it says, is there an easy way to line up? I always cut too much off. I don't know. I think it's because you're looking in a different place. It's making sure that you're looking on the inside edge of the cutter rather than out. Maybe it's where kind of it cuts versus the other trimmer. I think it's easy to see where you're cutting on the other one because you're going through the middle of the track, aren't you? Right, so that's going to layer up. These ones are going to go together. So we'll just do a bit of multi-purpose. I'll have that together. And should we do the same sentiment? Should we do hello, hello, hello? Let's apply. The hello is in this one. So the hello, and because I'm not going to be colouring it or colouring over anything, I'm just using the memento. Let's start into the side and then come out where I want it staggered. And then we can sort of mount those up as well. So let me just grab a new pack of dimensionals. Nothing like breaking into a new page of dimensionals, don't you love it? Those. This is not going to be light on postage, but you know, for someone special. They're done. And I'm going to have that there. And then this one is going to just glue on because we've already got the dimensional on the white layer to the left. So we will glue down that piece, but I'm not gluing off the overhang because we don't need to. We'll just get that positioned on there. All those that in itself is lovely, isn't it? Just the curves. So fancy. Fancy. Mix that and match that with put a few sparkles on and you could call that done, couldn't you? Right, so let's do the flowers and the leaves. Oh, that's okay. Rita, sorry I'm late. Never a problem. You can watch any time. May have managed it in the settings, and I don't want someone to have problems, but I think you can rewind while I'm live. So if you didn't want to wait until I finished to watch the replay, you may be able to just scroll back. You may not, I'm not sure. Being that I'm on this side of the camera, I haven't quite been able to fully test it. See, simple. So you could leave it at that, or you could step it up. And you could just change up all the different colours on that. It's, yeah, lovely. So shall we add a few florals to this one? In the greys and yellows. And let's do that one. Naughty, I haven't cleaned these. Megan says yes. You can rewind while yes. Fabulous. Ah, good stuff. Right. Let's do. I'm doing stays on because I want to paint with watercolour. This is watercolour cut. Again, you could do shimmery. You're also good. It will clean it to a certain extent, but stays on should really be taken off with stays on cleaner. But I know there's a whole, you shouldn't because it will damage your polymer stamps and things. But to be honest, I personally clean them with stays on cleaner, and then I give them a mist spritz and kind of make sure that they're properly clean again off that, so I don't leave any residue of the cleaner on. But everyone's going to have their own preference on that. So a few of those. I want to grab some. Order some more of this. That is the shimmery. And probably only need a couple of those actually. Stickier ink. So yeah, if you've got the scrub, I'll give that a spritz. It will clean but not take the black off. So, because it's permanent ink. So that's just kind of showing you that, whereas the stays on cleaner will remove the ink. Right, let's colour these with my paintbrush. Not that one, that one. Let's go. Stays on is for permanent. So you've got two. You've got Memento is water based, the same as all our coloured inks. They'll run if you put water over the top of that ink, it will run. Whereas Stays On is alcohol, it's permanent. So you'll use that with your blends, whereas you'll use that if I rub water over that, the lines won't shift. Whereas if I've stamped with Memento and I put water on it, because that's water based, the lines will shift. So you'll get that bleeding of the lines. So it's just like a permanent. So yeah. Let's grab Smoky Slate, Basic Grey, and the Bumblebee as our colours. Louise says, finally got my stamp apparatus. Shh, we won't tell. It's okay. Have a sneaky birthday. What a lovely birthday present. So I'm just going to pop the ink into this. You could stamp with Memento and colour with your blends. It will just give you a different look. You could also colour with watercolour pencils. And depending on whether you were going to blend the watercolour pencils with water would depend on the black ink that you choose. So I'm not going all the way to the edges, I'm just adding the grey into those. And this is the Basic Grey, which is darker. So that gives us some shading. Hey Debbie, just joining. Welcome. Hope you've had a good weekend. It's been full on crafting. I suspect a lot of you on here have had a full on weekend of crafting with On Stage. It was a demo event, but it's been fabulous. Can't wait to share in the new year. So that is our leaves. Do the same on this one. Just quickly kind of add some colour to these. I love the thinner brush. Let's just adding a touch of water to get that ink to move. As I say, I am literally throwing the ink on there. I'm really not kind of colouring very carefully. David, I found chocolate oranges at my local store. Oh my God, are they amazing? Are they as good as we promised you they would be? Oh, I love a chocolate orange. So Christmassy. Are you saving it or have you had one? I got salted caramel Lindor chocolates the other day. Oh, they are so yummy. Technically they were meant for an advent calendar, but I'm going to have to buy more. It's a hazard, isn't it? Bringing chocolates into the craft room or just into the house, actually. Occupational hazard. Alice says I'm colouring Santas and reindeers and snowmen. Well, didn't realise you were so far out. Let me move you in a bit. So I'm going to colour. This is still smoky slate. I'm a bit too close because now I can't get my paintbrush underneath the camera. That's better. Okay, nearly there. Hopefully you're still with me. Oh, Emma says love the mint. The mint ones, oh, they are so good. I'm an After Eight fan. I love After Eight. So the mint balls as well, the mint ones, yum. I think they would be my top pick actually. The classic and the mint and the salted caramel. Right, we've got the grey on. Oh, missed that bit. Got the grey on there. We're just going to add some bumblebee. Liz says it's hazardous. I used to replace the Easter eggs at least 3 times. It is. It's a hazard. You don't want to leave it too late, and then, you know, if you buy them too early, you're having to replace them. It's a shocker. Right, let's do. So I've just squeezed the ink into the. On the magenta one that I shared, this is exactly the same I did on there. I stamped in the stays on and then I watercoloured. But if you wanted, you could just stamp in your memento and colour with your pens. It's just whatever you kind of prefer and what you have to hand colouring. Use what you have. Chris says I can feel some fussy cutting come out. It does have dies actually. It has some dies. I will snip them apart, but it does have dies. Where else did I miss one? I think that's it. Right, so these have die. All of that and a die for that. And then there is this leafy one as well, which is a additional one as opposed to one that cuts a stamped image out. I know. Hardly ever use them, I know. Right, let's run these. I will run these through. I'm going to run this through. I'll be back. Let me just cut these out. 2 minutes. And then these could be cut out, but the curvy dies that come with them are so lovely. You're going to want them anyway, because they're just so nice. So that's 1, 2. I'll just cut out the other 2. 1. These flowers are pretty. Another one. And the final one of the flowers, and then I'll cut the leaves out. And the leaves, and then we'll layer this all together. So we'll pop this on, and just whether we cut maybe some white leaves maybe rather than grey. That's those two. Then should we cut this one? Maybe just cut out some. I'll cut a couple out of the shimmery paper. Probably want like 3 of these. We can decide as we go, can't we? But we have one of them. I should have pre-cut these. Sorry. I'll just do one more because otherwise you'll be waiting. If I need more, I can jump up and cut some more in a minute, but that's those. And then we're going to layer these up. So move that up a bit. And we are going to pop these on. So for some of these, I'm going to snip and pop some of this. And I think, don't be afraid to chop the things apart. Sometimes you think, what am I going to do with that as a whole piece? But if you chop it and use bits of it, you're going to find different ways you can use them. And the same for the flowers. Glue them there. Then this one, we can just tidy that up and then use that elsewhere on the card. Going to use that on the inside. Let's keep that one and we'll cut a few of these bits out. And layer some of these going up the card. See, I've glued that, but I actually want to chop it really, but we'll stick with it. And just pop those under there. I can use some of these leaves. You can layer these bits. Some leaves there. Just makes it look completely different, doesn't it? When you start to sort of take these and assemble them in a slightly different way, rather than keeping it as a whole piece. And that leaf. See, although it has dies, I've still ended up fussy cutting. You know me so well. No, it is. This is a simple one. Definitely not. I know. We just came to say good night. Right, let's put maybe up there. Oh, thanks, Liz. Funny though, when I get a bunch of flowers, I'm kind of like, I'm good. I chop the stems off or what have you, but then they just kind of get, I want to say plonked in a vase, slightly arranged. I'm definitely better at paper flower arranging than I am of real ones. Right. You like the grey? I'm not sure. I quite like it. Grey and yellow is a good combo, isn't it? It's a bit of a... And then if you pop a white piece inside, I don't think I'm going to finish the inside of this one in the same way that I did for my same one, but need some little birdies, don't we? We need some little birdies to go on. We'll just have the leaves, I think. Make use of those. And let's do leaves inside, slightly poking out. And we can put a little sentiment in, maybe, depends. Ooh, let's squint. I'd have been happy without the flowers as well. Louise said I've been happy without the flowers. Yeah, I would have been happy. I think I just thought I would show it stepped up. I liked it with the plain. I think a few gems and it would have been fine, wouldn't it? What colour's this? We've got these ones. Are these Bumblebee? They must be. We'll go with that. I'm going to stick a few of them in anyway. They're yellow. A few of those in, and I don't know. I was going to stick a few birds in, but should we do birds? No birds. Birds. Maybe. What time are we at? How long have we been? Just over the hour. So I'm gonna maybe say no birds because I can't find my stamp. I don't know what I've done with it. How come I've lost that? Oh, it's in the case. Whoops. Oh, butterfly. Yay. Cute little birds. Cute, cute, cute. This is Memento. We'll do, where's that other one going the other way? Quite nice actually, because they've got them and they go, two go one way and then they've got them sort of facing different ways, so you can get a bit of variety. I'm just chuckling to it. Why not? Avid, plus. Sure, why not? Get those smoky slate. I'm not very good with bird colours. I just go with whatever I kind of feel fancy. Artistic license for sure. Light mango. Should use the bumblebee really, but I don't know. Have we got bumblebee? I don't think we've got a bumblebee one, have we? So blend the grey into the yellow. And I've left little white faces. These have dies, but I am going to just fussy cut these out. I don't know if it's Louise and Liz being funny that's killing you, or if it's me just throwing more at it. It's all good fun, you know. All good. It was made for an artisan blog hop. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't a quick and simple card. So I think I'm allowed to throw the kitchen sink at this one, but it is my norm. Right, let's do. See, if you came on and I just stamped something and said, there you go, there's a card, and disappeared off again, you'd all be like, what? What happened? So maybe I could make multiple quick and simple cards. I nearly lost a leg then because I was chatting. Louise says, do you ever keep one of your cards before you give it away? No, I don't. I am very good. I do try and send. So I will use these cards and send them, but I do end up with more cards than I could possibly send. So I will like wrap them together and gift them, or donate them, or sell them for sort of charity through the year, or so I try and do different things with them, but trying to actually send them is, I do try. Right, let's pop these on. So we'll do a little dimensional. Hello, lovely Andrea. Right, you get, let's check here. One birdie, maybe one down here. They're cute. Cute, 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 cute. Like those birds. There we go. See, it needed the birds. Weigh the ton. There you go. Do you prefer, which one do you like? Do you prefer the magenta or the bumblebee and the grey? Yellow or pink? Give me hearts for the pink and we'll go thumbs up for the yellow. Which one do you like the best? I see them. I don't know if I can. Chris says both. Thank you. Well, I've had lots of fun making them. You've made me laugh a lot this evening. That was fun. So, lost my other card. Don't know where that went. There it is. So, let's pop you back on. Ta-da! There we go. Both. Bridget says pink, Liz being naughty again. That one we've got. So these are the two we made this evening. So if you've missed those, you can pop back and see those being made. So hopefully you've enjoyed them. And that one is already up on my blog as well. So you'll be able to go and have a look at that one, and all loads of inspiration from the Artisan team. So if you find that one on my blog, you'll be able to hop round and see the whole team with all the inspiration, and that's using the Curvy Christmas and the Quite Curvy, so you'll get both on the blog hop. Right, that is all from me. So thank you very much. I will be back next Sunday for another Facebook Live. If you're joining me for a card and a cuppa, I will be on Friday morning. Everyone is welcome to join. It's available on my classes and events. It's normally £5 a month, but there's a group for November and the beginning part of December at the moment, so it's one fee through till the end of December. And there is also the November tutorial for the Forever Greenery. This one is not in the tutorial, but there's lots of other ideas using the Forever Greenery suite from the All-Star tutorial team. So if you're looking for ideas from that, then you can grab that tutorial. Glad you all enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I hope you've had all a lovely weekend, and I will see you next week. Thanks everyone. See you later. Bye.